Well, I've looked everywhere. Where am I supposed to get a cell for the experiment?
What about using an egg?
An egg?
Yeah, an egg.
What about an egg?
So the only things you need for the experiment are a jar, an egg, some vinegar, corn syrup, and colored water.
Hello! Welcome to our channel! And have you ever wondered why your fingers prune up when you're underwater? Or why people use salt to preserve their food? Well, there's this neat thing called osmosis. And today we're going to show an experiment that well showcases it. Now, on to the procedures, which my friends and colleagues will explain.
Now, let's talk about the
Hypotonic.
and the hypertonic solution. Now, what is hypertonic solution?
So, hypotonic solution refers to a solute that has low concentration. And remember that the hypertonic solution is the water goes in and the cells get bigger. So, this is what happened between the vinegar and the egg. So, what about the hypertonic?
Well, hypertonic solution is when the solution has a higher solute concentration compared to a different solution. Now, if hypotonic is when the water goes inside the cell.
So, for example, the egg and the syrup, when put the egg shellless egg in the syrup, the egg will.
Well, after a few hours, the egg would shrink. This is what happens in hypertonic. The cell shrinks because the water goes out.
Osmosis is a movement of water going through a semi-permeable membrane, which only allows certain molecules to pass. Water goes to an area from lower solute concentration to a higher solute concentration. When too much water goes to one side, it builds up osmotic pressure. This pressure makes the cell swell if too much water is added, and makes the cell shrink if too much water leaves. This process is important because it keeps the cells balanced and functioning properly.
Hey Megan, we're on the third part of our osmosis experiment, right?
Yeah, one of my favorites. Here we now have egg salt and the shell, water, and food coloring.
Cool! So what happens when you put the egg in colored water?
Nice question. Let's do it and see then.
Wow! So even though it's just a water and coloring, it teaches us how the cell works.
You got it, Kim. The egg is like a pretend cell. Osmosis helps balance the water levels, and the food coloring helps us show the movement.
Wait, what? Why?
Because of osmosis. Water moves from where there's more of it into the egg where there's less water. And the color comes along for the ride so we can see it happening.
So the egg gets bigger and it turns the same color as the water?
Exactly. The water moves through the egg membrane without using any energy. That's called passive transport.
Whoa! The egg is just sitting there. How long does it take?
It takes a few hours. But guess what? The color will slowly move into the egg.
Did you see that? If you did, then now you know about the mysterious mystery of osmosis. But it's not over yet, because based on my investigations, osmosis has a little secret. Did you know the term osmosis was coined by Henry de Trouchet after noticing the unique way plants absorb water almost completely by accident? Fascinating, right? I guess that ends our little investigation. Oh, before I forget, always remember to stay curious and cell aware, because biology is everywhere.